Young and the Restless. Daniel assaulted and bloody, gravely injured fighting fake Alan? So at this point, we have got Chance Chancellor, Connor Floyd, and the GCPD investigating who kidnapped and almost killed Phyllis and Sharon Newman, Sharon case. We've heard that Chance is making progress in the investigation. And all signs point to fake Alan Laurent, Christopher Cousins, who of course, viewers know is the culprit. Aside from Chance, we've seen Sharon starting to suspect Alan as well. Initially, Phyllis doubted it was Alan. And she wondered if Ashley Abbott, Eileen Davidson, was involved because of the Paris connection. But we all know that she's definitely not. Everybody's worried about the ladies, including Daniel, who it seems is going to be part of this whole endgame explosion coming in sweeps, based on a scary behind-the-scenes photo of him all bloody and scary looking. So, right now, Chance has tracked the gas machine, the little device that was going to kill them, back to Paris. And he found out Alan rented a place that no one knew about in town near the creepy Havenhurst Psych Hospital. Young and the Restless. Phyllis and Sharon's payback plan. Unmasking fake Alan's evil twin. Young and the Restless spoilers say Phyllis and Sharon are determined to get payback on their kidnapper. And they were shocked to find out this week that Alan had this evil twin, Martin. That just convinces Sharon even more that fake Alan is the one who did this. And then, of course, the creep just popped up back in Genoa City, taking Tracy Abbott, Beth Maitland, by surprise and scaring his fiancée. Bottom line, Sharon and Phyllis may be in danger because fake Alan could try to tie up loose ends so that he is not exposed. Young and the Restless. Tracy's secret phone call, exposing fake Alan's true intentions. This week's Y&R spoilers also have Tracy demanding answers from Alan. He blindsided his fiancée by showing up in her hotel suite out of the blue when she wasn't expecting him. Then, when Tracy tells Alan she wants to slow things down a little on the wedding, he kind of starts freaking out a little bit. He wonders why Tracy is tapping the brakes. And he starts grilling her on what has changed, what has happened. Fake Alan wants to know if Tracy changed her mind or if somebody got in her head and said something about him. Young and the Restless. Tracy calls Jack. So she assures fake Alan that's not the case, but he's getting upset. Tracy secretly dials her brother Jack Abbott, Peter Bergman, so he can listen in on the conversation without Alan knowing. So, at this point it's like 99% this is Martin. And that means Tracy is in danger. And other people are also at risk. Fake Alan does seem to love Tracy, but then again, he is an unhinged madman. So Martin may hurt Tracy if she pushes him away. Already he's suspicious. And he's getting agitated. So, he might do something completely unpredictable. And that's scary because when he's planning, he is a madman, like what he did to Phyllis and Sharon. When he's acting off the cuff, unpredictable, then who even knows how scary it could be? Daniel's bloody fate. Heroic sacrifice or calculated attack on Y&R. So, a couple of other official spoilers promise that Phyllis and Sharon form a surprising alliance. They may just be the two of them teaming up, or Tracy may be in on it. She and Sharon and Phyllis may all soon need saving from this crazy guy. That might be where Daniel comes in and why he winds up hurt and bloody. So, check out this behind-the-scenes photo. Michael Graziadei is with a special effects crew member who is applying a ton of fake blood to the back of his head. That means that Daniel has a head injury coming up. It looks bad. He's either fallen, has been hit, been bludgeoned, something. Right now, fake Alan seems to be the only source of danger lurking in town, so I have every reason to suspect Daniel is hurt because of Alan. Nobody's targeting Daniel that we know of, but there is a significant threat to his mom, Phyllis, if she and Sharon try to go help Tracy for some reason. Young and the Restless. Daniel goes with Phyllis and Sharon? You know, Daniel may insist he's going to go with them, or he may suspect Sharon and Phyllis are up to something and follow them. Either way, Daniel might end up with Phyllis and Sharon as they go after fake Alan. Things may go sideways because, obviously, Daniel being hurt isn't part of any plan. The ladies may end up in grave danger. And Daniel may leap into harm's way and fight fake Alan to protect the women. That's why they were squirting Michael Graziadei with all that fake blood. If he is not wounded playing hero, then it could be that Daniel is just attacked by fake Alan to get him out of the way so he can kidnap Phyllis. Judging by the amount of blood in the behind-the-scenes photo, it is a bad wound. But to be fair, head wounds do bleed a lot. If you've ever cut yourself a little bit on, like, your forehead or your face, just blood, blood, blood. There's so many blood vessels. So, I don't think he's going to die, but Daniel, Michael Graziadei, will need medical attention. Sharon and Daniel's budding friendship. A silver lining to the chaos? When the actor posted the photo of him getting splattered with all the fake red goo, he said it was a special effects makeup artist doing it and said they were getting him ready for, quote, a bloody good time. So we'll have to wait and see if Daniel survives. But I feel like he will because a spoiler from showrunner Josh Griffith for 2025 said Daniel gets into this something new and emotional that may or may not involve romance. I did a video on Sharon and Daniel developing a genuine friendship and possibly more. You can check that out here. So if Daniel, Michael Graziadei, is wounded saving Phyllis and Sharon from fake Alan's twisted endgame, that may have them growing the bond between him and Sharon. Daniel and Sharon both really want to move on from the pain of the past. And you know, the Cassie Newman, Cameron Grimes City have been tense before, but The Young and the Restless is heading into truly shocking territory as Daniel Romalotti Jr. finds himself at the center of a violent and chilling twist. What started as a simmering suspicion about Dr. Alan Laurent has spiraled into chaos. And now Daniel's life may hang in the balance after a brutal confrontation leaves him bloody and unconscious. The calm before the storm. For weeks, Daniel has been deeply unsettled by Phyllis's growing paranoia about Alan. She's been adamant that something about him feels off, that his energy has changed, his behavior is calculated, his words don't feel genuine. Daniel, torn between loyalty to his mother and a desire to move forward from her chaotic past, initially brushed off her concerns as another Phyllis spiral. But then little details began to add up. Alan suddenly seemed evasive when Daniel mentioned Heather, who had sought his professional advice. His demeanor shifted subtly around Christine, too, as though he was studying everyone, testing reactions. It was subtle enough to dismiss, yet disquieting enough that Daniel couldn't shake it. Then came the unnerving moment last week when Daniel spotted Alan lurking outside of Crimson Lights late at night, long after the cafe had closed. When Daniel called out to him, Alan simply smiled, said he was just getting some air, and walked off. Something about that smile chilled Daniel to the bone. Phyllis's instincts proven right. Phyllis's gut has rarely failed her, even if her execution of justice tends to go overboard. After Alan's strange disappearance and return from his supposed conference in Europe, she knew something was very wrong. That's not Alan, she whispered to Daniel during a tense scene at Society. Look at his eyes. He doesn't see you. He's pretending. Daniel wanted to believe she was wrong, but Phyllis's track record for spotting frauds and surviving them gave him pause. So he started digging. He hacked into Alan's university profile, only to find the recent credentials and photos were slightly off, metadata suggesting the files were altered. A chill went through him as he realized his mother might have stumbled onto something far more sinister than a simple identity mix-up. The violent confrontation. Daniel's confrontation with the man calling himself Alan Laurent was supposed to be calm, a quiet talk at Alan's office to clear the air. But when Daniel arrived, the room felt wrong. The blinds were drawn. The air smelled faintly of chemicals. And there at the desk sat Alan, perfectly still as though expecting him. Daniel, the man said, voice low and calm, you shouldn't have come. That's when Daniel noticed a small drop of blood on the cuff of Alan's shirt. His instincts screamed at him to leave, but before he could reach the door, Alan stood, his face twisting into something dark and unfamiliar. The next moments were chaos. The two men struggled violently, overturning a chair, slamming into the desk. Daniel, fueled by adrenaline and terror, demanded to know who the man really was. You're not Alan. Where is he? He shouted. But the imposter only sneered, muttering something about unfinished business with Phyllis. A heavy object, a paperweight, came down hard. There was a crash, a flash of red, and then nothing. Found and fighting for his life. When Phyllis later arrived at Alan's office, following a desperate gut feeling, she found the door ajar. Inside was a nightmare. Papers scattered, glass shattered, and her son lying motionless on the floor, blood pooling beside his head. For a split second, she thought Daniel was gone. Her scream echoed down the hallway, drawing Devon and Heather, who had come looking for him after he failed to answer his phone. Phyllis cradled Daniel, sobbing, begging him to open his eyes. Please, baby, don't leave me. Not like this. Not for that monster. The ambulance arrived quickly, but the damage was severe. Daniel suffered a deep head wound and internal bleeding, his condition listed as critical. As EMTs worked frantically to stabilize him, Phyllis's tearful whispers shifted into fury. He did this. That fake Alan.
And I swear to God, I'll make him pay.
The real Alan's whereabouts revealed. While Daniel fights for his life, the real Alan Lawrence fate takes a shocking turn. Y&R spoilers hint that a shocking discovery will be made in an abandoned cabin outside of Genoa City, where the real Dr. Alan Laurent may have been held captive for weeks. Bound but alive, the true Alan could hold the key to exposing who orchestrated this deadly deception. The question remains, who's behind it? Could this be a new player seeking revenge on Phyllis? Or a ghost from her chaotic past? Perhaps someone hired by Jeremy Stark's old associates to finish unfinished business? The fake Alan's eerie familiarity with the Crisley-like mind games and manipulation tactics suggests this wasn't random. Someone specifically wanted to destroy Phyllis, and used her family to do it. Heather's breaking point. As Daniel's prognosis remains uncertain, Heather's heartbreak turns to rage. She blames herself for not seeing the warning signs sooner, convinced that her involvement with Alan may have indirectly led to Daniel's attack. She refuses to leave his bedside, whispering promises through tears. You're stronger than this. You've survived Phyllis, me, everything. You have to wake up. Their daughter Lucy is devastated, leaning on Devon and Lily, who rally around her. It's a rare moment of unity for the extended Chancellor Winters Romalotti family, who realize just how far the darkness in Genoa City can reach. Phyllis's redemption arc, or downfall. For Phyllis, this attack changes everything. The guilt is crushing. She had been so determined to expose fake Alan that she pushed Daniel into danger. Her fierce maternal instincts now transform into vengeance. In a shocking twist teased for upcoming episodes, Phyllis may take matters into her own hands, tracking the imposter down and cornering him before the police can intervene. But knowing Phyllis, that confrontation won't end peacefully. Will she finally cross a line she can't come back from? Or will she find a way to clear her son's name and redeem herself by exposing the truth? A Genoa City fallout like no other. The fallout will ripple through Genoa City. Christine and Paul will likely re-enter the storyline as the mystery deepens, especially with a violent assault tied to a prominent psychiatrist. Jack and Tracy, both devastated by the news of Daniel's injuries, may find themselves questioning how much chaos Phyllis continues to bring into their orbit. Even Victor Newman may take notice, sensing opportunity amid tragedy. If there's manipulation, identity theft, and violence involved, you can bet Victor will find a way to leverage it, perhaps even to protect one of his own.